We went there in Houston. There is a place, a small museum, where demonstration of this technology, non-working demonstration of this technology was there. We convinced the client in India looking at that non-working demonstration. And we are applying that in India, a lot of parts. We've applied that in Philippines, a lot of parts in other parts of Asia. But US itself is not using it because they have ample power, they have ample energy, right? But the time is not far that renewable is going to be mandatory, because still, how long you can keep digging the earth? How long you can keep burning the fossil fuel, right? So all these energies are required all across the world.
I have one question before I forget. What I find in India, waste management is very bad.
Yes.
If we can educate our household ladies, apart from the offices and all those things, we can generate more and more energy, and recycling can be a much better and processed thing. Like in Japan, if they use this bottle, they will separate everything. Even plastic they will segregate. But we are not being educated that way.
Right.
It's a fashion. You used it, you throw it. So that's a very bad even for a country which is with resources.
You raised a very, very valid point. I'd like to say something on the waste management.
In Bombay, what happened?
Yes. I love this country.
I did a study on aspect, and one of the research when they invited Kiran Bedi for this, higher education, quite a background out to
This is working, right? Yeah. So I come from New Zealand, and how the power company has taken the lead, because we have a one main government agency, and then subdivided to other, privatized companies. They sell on different rates and all that. But the company which owns the government has taken a lead to give an advertisement and education just before the national news, 6 p.m. in the evening, and similarly in the morning when you see the news and all that. And how they have described saving energy by doing little things. You save that much, you save that much, and it accumulates $200 per year for one household if you just save that much. And then they have calculated that how that $200 per household, if we divide nationally, can save that many $1 million. So, we are a patriotic country here, and Indians are as well. Maybe that sort of message could be, designed so, which fits with the education, that how we can save it. So, yeah, that's just a suggestion.
You're absolutely right. Very much needs to be done. So I'll take your point first, and then I'll come back to your question, your suggestion rather.
I said CSR is a larger fund, but if we do it in a proper manner,
Look, I'll tell you I'll take this opportunity.
Okay, can I briefly say something? No, yeah, I think it's a fascinating conversation. What I'm also hearing is that you're asking for someone else to take the lead, and there's something about education. This is not. There's something about education, right? We all need education, but in the end, and that's what you keep saying. What I keep saying is we need to take action. We can ask everybody else to tell us what to do, but we need to be the example. We need to be the change. So if you want to change the way that waste management in India is being dealt with, you start the lead in your household. And then you might have to do it for 4, 5, 6 years before anybody else in your neighborhood does it. But it has to be in tandem. You can't just have it from up here. And you can bring in examples, and this is where the Global Alliances come in, right? You can say, well, look at how New Zealand is doing it. The women there, then you bring that in. Then you bring somebody like Lon in there in, and you say, well, he knows the technology. It's almost like what Dr. Zena and Dr. Michael from Cyprus are doing with the oil, right?
Can I ask you a question, Maninderji? Like you talked about this renewable energy in air conditioning, and we were also talking about, can it be done in a building society? Can we start with that? That is one. What do you mean? Only factories and plants? Yeah, so why can't we make our I mean, our residential buildings or edifices more suitable to conversion of that?
Actually, in India, it might be a little difficult at the moment because the availability of gas factor, it is not available at all the places. And then when companies generally give gas, they take minimum guarantee to the from the.
Also about the solar energy, like we have a
Solar is a
complex,
better option for households.
yeah, but we have a complex in Lonavala where we have a society. So we are looking for somebody to help with about 50 cottages for solar and also water because it's on a mountainous thing. So we want to create a boring whereby they would be self-sufficient. So do you have a solution for that? So I'll contact you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Projects which are examples in itself, self-sustainable pieces.
And I think we're just about out of time. I don't know if the other speakers are already here. So I would like to just wrap this up, and I want to take what you said as well, because it's interesting the breadth that we've seen here. Yeah.
Before we wrap up, just want to take 2 minutes
Okay.
on waste management. Right? I don't need
2 minutes?
yeah.
You sure? Okay, you got 1 minute. I'm German.
All right. Now I'll say you are American. So you know, I'm with your question of waste management. Look, I would like to tell everybody here that America, the most developed nation in the world, still does not have a solution for waste management. America is a country with maximum number of landfills. So what happens is you get a lot of waste, you just put it in the ground, put a poly cover over it, and just put mud and cover it. Right? What will happen after 6 years or 7 years? A lot of methane will come out of it. And those toxic gases are going to harm us. And this waste management, so far, the problem is the organic part of it, the food that we leave, the organic material that we leave. The treatment of organic waste has not been possible to a large extent in the whole world. And now, because the pressure of environment is so much that the whole lot of world, the countries, the companies are into it. In India, there are 74 plants of waste management which are not working. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Because a lot of companies came from different countries, a lot of technologies came and were implemented just like cut, copy, paste. So these technologies were not Indianized, because if you see waste of Germany, you will find 20% to 22% organic waste. If you see America, you will find around 30 to 33% of organic waste. But if you see India, you'll have 54 to 58% of organic waste, which means very high amount of moisture. Now those technologies were not built for Indian waste handling. That's why they have failed. And with a lot of countries who are doing waste management, they are doing it with very, very expensive methods. Like one common method is plasma gasification, which is very expensive, cannot be practiced in countries like India or Africa, where the countries are not that rich. Because that is like dealing with waste, carrying waste in BMW, not possible in India. In Germany, in Japan, it is possible. Right? So if you guys want to look at waste management as a very serious affair, there is a need of waste management in all corners of the world. And yes, I am very happy and satisfied to announce that we have come up with the technology in waste management too, after running 3 plants for 3 years, and finally now coming up with a solution, already started supplying to Indian government. We took up 3 plants, 2 in Punjab and 1 in Ahmedabad, and we did all our research there, and we have a partner company in US. We do it.
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming, and please remember one thing that I started out with. I was talking about empowerment. So when we walk around here, number one, we see a lot of ladies who are not in power right now. We can help them. But the other thing is, I ask you to do something, but I also ask you to look at your own fear. If you're judging others for what they're doing, are you in power? Just a thought. I want to thank you for coming. I'd love to talk with any of you more. If you'd like, Manandir is also, of course, happy to talk to you. Please enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.